Hello and welcome to today's lesson. Today we are going to be reviewing for your Mod 7 test. All right, so we haven't talked a lot about percents. So we're going to do 3% problems here to get ready for that Mod 7 test. All right, so a lot of places where they use percents is if you guys ever go out to eat, a lot of times the adults or whoever's paying for the bill is going to leave a tip. And they leave a tip based on the percentage of the total bill. So you guys should remember from last year that percents are always out of 100. So when we talk about 30% of something, so 30%, if we're going to write that as a decimal, we are going to move the decimal over 2 places. So if this is 30%, you have your decimal here and you move it over 1, 2. So 30% as a decimal would be 0.3. If we talk about 25%, and then as a decimal, we're going to move that decimal 1, 2. So it's 0.25. If we talk about 1.5%, you still move the decimal 2 places. So here's your decimal, 1, 2. So it would be 0.015 as a decimal. So remember, whenever you're going from a percent to a decimal, it's always out of 100%. And because there's 2 zeros in that 100, we're going to move that decimal over 2 places. All right, with that being said, let's read this problem. The Coleman family had their bill at a restaurant reduced by $7.50 because of a special discount. They left a tip of $8.90, which was 20% of the reduced amount. How much was their bill before the discount? So I'm going to have X stand for the original cost, okay? Original cost, so before it was reduced. So what happened here is their bill was X amount of money, and then it was reduced by $7.50. And then they took 20% of this reduced amount. Well, this is the reduced amount. So if it was $20, it's 20 minus 750, and then they took 20%. Now remember, 20% as a decimal is 0.20. So we're going to take 20% of whatever that cost is, and they're telling us that that equaled $8.90. All right, so now this should look like a problem you guys have been working on with the distributive property. So we're going to distribute here. So we have 0.20x. Now you might have to grab your calculator and take 0.20 times $7.50, which is $1.50. All right, now it looks like we have a 2-step problem here. So because this is, and so you could just draw your line down, because this is minus $1.50, we're going to add $1.50 to both sides. Remember, what we do on one side, we have to also do to the other side. So we have 0.20x equals, and this is going to be $10.40. All right, and then we're going to divide by 0.20 on both sides because we want to separate that number from x. So x equals, and when you take $10.40 and divide by 0.2, it becomes 52. So the original cost of the bill was $52. Okay, so the bill was 52, then they subtracted 750 from that, and then that's what they made the tip out of. So $52 was original bill. Original cost of meal. All right, let's see if we can do another percent problem. All right, so the Smiths spend 8% of their budget on entertainment. Their total budget this year is $2,000 more than last year. So it just means that the Smith family, if they make $60,000, this year they actually have $62,000 to spend. Now, people take and they budget their total income, and some has to go to housing, some has to go to gas, some has to go to food, some has to go to daycare. But a lot of people like to spend part of their budget on entertainment because we all know that in life you have to do things that are fun. So what they're saying is they're going to do 8%. So 8%, remember if this is 8, the decimal's here and we have to go 2 places. So 0.08. So we're going to take 8% of what? Well, they made, I don't know how much last year, 20,000, 15,000, 17,000, we don't know. But whatever it was, we're going to add $2,000 to it because somebody got a raise and now they're making $2,000 more than last year. And this year, they plan to spend $3,840 on entertainment. Okay, so it's 2,000 plus what? All right, so now we need to do our distributive property. So we have 0.08x. Now we might need to grab our calculators and take 0.08 times 2,000. And that's going to be $160. So we have 3,840. All right, so now we need to solve this. So since it says plus 160, we're going to subtract 160 from both sides. So we have 8% of, and what we have left when we subtract 160 is $3,680. Now we're going to divide by 0.08, divide by 0.08. So X is 46,000. So last year, they had a total budget. Their total budget last year was 46,000. Last year total budget was $46,000. Now this year they actually get to spend they have a total budget of $48,000. All right. I think we have one more percentage problem here. So every year Sandra saves 12% of her salary for retirement. So every year she takes 12% of whatever she makes and she puts it away for retirement. This year, her salary was $3,000 more than the previous year, and she saved $4,200. All right, so 12% as a decimal is going to be 0.12. So if they want us to write an equation, it's going to be 12% of what? Well, we don't know how much she made, but we do know that we're going to add $3,000 to that, and that she saved a total of $4,200. Okay, so now they want us, so X stands for previous year's salary. So this year's salary is going to be X plus $3,000. So if last year's was $20,000, this year it would be $23,000. So let's find out how much she made in her previous year. So we're going to do the distributive properties. So we get 0.12x plus, and now we have to take 0.12 times 3,000, and that comes out to be $360 equals 4,200. And we're going to subtract 360 from both sides. So we have 12% or 0.12x, and when we subtract that, we get $3,840. Now we're going to divide both sides by 0.12. So X is 32,000. So the previous year's salary is, we just found out, $32,000. This year's salary would be plus $3,000, so this year's salary would be $35,000. All right, hope this helps with your review for your test. All right, here are some problems. So this is what your review is going to be, so good luck on that.